We're live. We're live again. Oh my goodness.
We're hoping we're back.
We're hoping we're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give it a minute to warm up. I don't know, blow on the cords or whatever you have to do to keep us live. Hello, my name is Lacey Cerrone, Las Vegas gal. This is Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage.
Hello.
Welcome back. If you're joining us again, welcome for the first time if you've never been here before. We are doing a Tuesday Q&A session about the Las Vegas real estate market. We just started a previous live session that kind of went kaput. We're not really sure what's going on.
Internet stuff, we don't know.
The internet stinks. So we're going to give this one another shot. Genevieve, feel free to interrupt us if you think we go dead again or something gets stuck. But we were just talking a little bit about kind of the market and what's been changing over the last couple of weeks. And we just got some new information, rumor has it kind of information, but we're pretty sure we're seeing it play out regarding the new home builders here in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so what we recently learned was that many of the home builders, a lot of the higher end home builders, which is when they make decisions, it'll trickle down to the home builders that are a little bit more approachable for lower pricing. And they're deciding that they are not going to be releasing any new lots for sale until like May, April, like later, like months from now. Which means none of them.
That's crazy because it's never happened before.
Never happened before that I've seen ever, like not in this mass fashion at least.
Yeah.
You know, and just let's understand what the builder process looks like, right? So like when you're building a house, you know, you go in the models, you fall in love with the house. Yay, this is the one I want. Usually you'll work with us, of course, as well as an agent on site who works for the builder to negotiate the price and get everything going and get yourself in contract to solidify and secure that price. So what happens if the prices are on the rise so much so in the last couple of months that if they lock you into a price point today, yet the market continues to skyrocket, they're losing money on what they could have charged you for that lot and that home, right? I don't think it's all about money, though. I do think there's a couple of other components about it. We were talking about how you were thinking maybe there might be a little bit of controlling of the market happening, controlling of the inventory.
Well, it just makes you think about that, though, because if they pull back, everybody's going to go to resell, and then resell will then become crazy.
Right.
People will be paying over appraised value. Even
which is happening already.
Even more that's happening right now because there's going to be such a lack of houses on there. So it, in my brain, and I don't know if my brain thinks right or whatever, it does make me think, why?
Yeah.
Like, are we trying to control it? Are we trying to cause things to go higher? I don't know.
I think it's a layered effect, honestly. I think so. Let's talk about right now in the market. It's nuts. We've been saying it for weeks. If you've been watching this, it's crazy town. And we hope you're not crazy watching us talk about how crazy it is, but it's definitely nuts. And what crazy means is there are too many people, not enough houses. So that scenario typically will drive rent prices up. It'll drive housing prices up, and it really gives us a sense of panic because we can't seem to land a house for some of our clients, especially clients who are in the lower price point range.
Yeah, you feel bad for first-time home buyers.
Yeah, like anything under 400 right now is almost impossible, but we're still making it happen. It's just a really hard fight right now. So you'll have to write 10, 12, 15 offers before you're approved for a house.
You have to just be patient and don't give up.
Yeah.
Keep that dream in mind.
And then let's talk about the loan stuff. And then I have a couple more thoughts on the builders, but are the loans going up as well, or the interest rates, pardon me?
Well, they have been on the rise. Since we talked last week, they rose a little bit more. They're kind of slowly moving that direction.
Yeah.
Today we saw it halt a little bit because we go off of news. So if there's good news, then that usually means higher rates.
Higher interest rates for
you.
If
there's bad news, that usually means lower rates.
Right. So COVID gave us the lowest rates in the world ever because of COVID, right?
Bad news like every hour, right? That's when we were watching the news all the time. And by December, they hit like rock bottom. But right now, we're kind of coming out of that. There's less cases every day. There's less deaths.
So we're seeing those interest rates creep up.
Rising. And then what the rates are really looking at is the economy. So as more states open and as things open more, you're going to have more jobs come online. So jobs reports are going to be higher. And what came out this last week today that kind of like halted it for a minute, which was a nice breather, was there was less new homes sold last month than they expected. And that had a lot to do, this is national stuff, so it had a lot to do with the weather. You know, around
East Coast weather, they shut down construction on new homes for several months out of the year. So I'm not surprised.
Midwest had a big problem too. Yeah. So there was a lot, but it kind of gave us a breather today from our
uptick in the rates,
uptick of what we've been doing. I'm hoping for more breathers, but as the economy as it starts getting geared, you know, and everybody starts going back to work and jobs fully open, it's inevitable that we're going to see higher rates.
Yeah. And so we have rates ticking up, which is helpful. Thank goodness. I mean, I know that sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy
to say that,
be able to hope for rates, but it's
we just want balance,
balance the market. Yeah.
So we've got that happening with the rates. We've got a lumber shortage and a materials shortage across the nation.
Is the lumber shortage, is that due to COVID?
Yes.
I've been trying to read through that and see what.
We did some initial reporting on that early on, kind of to our team as well as to our clients. And that's exactly it. It's definitely due to COVID, along with other materials. Like, it's not just building materials. It could be appliances. Like, if you've tried to buy any appliances in the last month or two, you're waiting for a month or two.
So I wonder if that's slowing down the builders too then.
It is, because they can't release a house without all of the appliances, right?
Okay.
So it's not just building materials. There's delays along the way.
Yeah.
And then, the furthest point of it truly is, appraisal, right? So if they list a house or they sell you a lot today, let's pretend you're paying $500,000 for a lot with the house and everything's included, great, whatever. What if it turns into $200,000 more by this time at the end of the year, or by December, right?
Oh gosh, that's giving me anxiety.
I know, it's giving me a little bit of anxiety too. Like, if the market climbs so much because people are just willing to pay whatever they need to pay to get the house that they want, it bounces back and forth between the resale as well as the new homes. And so right now everybody's like, oh, that's fine.
And they balance each other out.
I don't want to write 12 offers on a resale. I'll just go buy a new home. Oops, no way to buy a new home unless there's a standing inventory, which is pretty much nothing. So let's go back over to resale. Oh my God, the prices have gone up. I guess I have to write 12 more offers. Like, it's just this crazy kind of.
And then if you try to rent, they're having the same problem with renting too, right?
There's no words for renting right now. I have no words.
Oh gosh.
So, and I'm not being negative. I just want to be honest.
I think it's good to know what market you're walking into, so that you don't walk in and say, oh, I'm going to find a house tomorrow, because it might take a little bit longer, right?
And it's not like I'd ever want to tell you to wait to buy, because waiting could cost you more. But waiting also, but doing it now is also costing you more.
It's
so I don't know.
Like right now you fight to buy.
You fight to buy. Yeah. So if you need to move, definitely make it happen. If you're just excited about it and looky-loo, I would hold off for a minute. But that's kind of what's happening, and it's definitely playing out. And we as realtors are just nervous and also excited to see, like, what is this going to bring to the industry, because it's very unprecedented. We've never seen this before.
Yeah.
Our buyers are getting frustrated. Not all of them. We're pretty good negotiators, so we've gotten a lot of them in. But it's a lot. There's just a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot going on all at once. And we want to make sure that you're getting as up-to-date information as possible, because frankly, it changes by the hour sometimes. So no, we won't be doing these by the hour, but we'll definitely come on once a week and make sure we're giving you the info.
We'll keep you updated on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So Genevieve is our helper. She's behind the scenes here. Genevieve, do we have anybody watching, by the way?
We do. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
So you want to answer the first question?
I do. Before we do the question, though, first of all, please drop your questions in there if you haven't done so already. That's what this is about. We want to do these every Tuesday. We want to answer questions. That's all we're here for, to answer your questions. And of course, to talk about how crazy the market is all the time. Amber Coleman has her own channel. Are you following it?
You should be.
You should be following it. If you're not subscribed, we need you to do us a huge, huge favor. In the description of this video, and I will put it in the comments unless homegirl over here wants to do it for me. But either way, we're going to get that listed. Please subscribe. We want to help Amber's channel grow. She is the reason.
Thank you.
Trust me, she's the reason I'm smart, or I at least appear to be smart. Okay. She is the brains behind this amazingness. Okay. So anyway, please subscribe. And then while you're at it, if you could just do us a huge favor and subscribe to our team channel, the Cerrone Group channel. Both of those links are down in that description. You know you want to do it. Make it happen. Now, on to the questions.
All right. So first, it's going to be from Josh. Hey, Josh. He wants to know, with the market being so crazy, are you able to put in multiple offers at the same time?
Yes. Yes, you can. We just have to disclose it to the agents that we're writing the offers to. So did you know that?
I didn't know that. So you're going to write on multiple houses and then tell them that. Yes. Tell the agent that you've already written on multiple.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
The only downside is, it doesn't help with your negotiation, right? So if we are writing 3 offers on 3 different houses, and we have to disclose to the agent, hey, just want to let you know we're writing an offer on multiple homes. Your offer is no longer as desirable because you might change your mind. But the good news is if you're giving your best foot forward, we'll be able to sell you as the buyer, tell your story. I'll tell my story when you die, that kind of thing. We'll tell your story, and we'll make sure that that you get your best foot forward. But it does have a tendency to weigh a little bit on the offering process. But we're doing it because at this point, and I think in this kind of a crazy market, I think listing agents are understandable, and they're a little bit less. Well, if you're offering on another house, why not? They're not getting as butthurt because they know you have 12 offers standing behind yours. So hope that answered your question. Who was that?
That was from Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Great question, Josh.
Yes. So this question is from Will, and he was actually asking this on the original video.
Will.
He wants to know about if driving in Vegas, Henderson area is safe, or if there's a lot of drunk drivers.
Oh, really good question. Well, we've both lived here a long time. And first of all, thank you for coming back. We know we had a little glitch in the video. We appreciate you visiting us again. Amber, you've lived here how many years? We won't say how many years. Born and raised.
Born and raised beauty. I'm one of the few. So there was
Unicorn.
about 200,000 people in Las Vegas by the time I was little. And I've honestly never ran into a drunk driver before, so I can't say that I see them. There's some scuffs on the side of the road, but I think that's probably at nighttime.
They're just fast drivers like this one over here and this one. But
we might like to drive a little fast, but we are sober when we're driving.
Yes. Yeah, I would say drunk driving has way gone down since they implemented Uber and Lyft. It's actually made a huge difference for the locals here in Vegas, and it just gets me so excited because when Uber and Lyft first came, they were kicked back out by the taxi commission or whatever. And then they finally got back in and I'm like, hello, this is going to help our drunk driving stats. Driving impaired, however, because of marijuana now being legal, I think is far more prevalent. I don't know. I guess that's the right word, but I have not seen a ton of those things. I would definitely recommend checking the crime stats on Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department or even Henderson Metropolitan Police. Henderson is extremely well staffed when it comes to police officers. We actually always joke, if you get pulled over in Henderson, you're going to have 5 cop cars around your car, even if it's a tail light. It happened to me multiple times.
Did it? Yes. But isn't it, I've heard, and I'm just asking this because you're Miss Las Vegas. Yes, so you know all that. I've heard that Henderson is one of the safest in the U.S.
It is. I haven't looked at the most recent stats. In 2018, they were multiple times Henderson has been voted one of the safest cities in the U.S. based on the crime stats. And a lot of it has to do with the ratio, right? Ratio of cops per people. Yeah. As the city grows, if they don't up that ratio, then that can obviously shift.
Their cops don't play there.
They don't mess around. They don't, broken taillight, 5 cars. Five cars. Yeah. Wow. I mean, and it's not because I'm cute, because really I wasn't at that time. And trust me, I had tinted windows. So it had nothing to do with that. Okay. But, blondes always think that they're going to get out of a ticket by talking their way out of it. I've never tried that. Anyway, but drunk driving, not really so much. I know this is a very long-winded answer, but really at the end of the day, Uber and Lyft have helped us. Marijuana, definitely something to be aware of, but I've just not seen a ton of it, and I haven't heard a lot of reports on it.
I haven't heard a lot of reports either.
That helped, Will. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so waiting for more questions to roll in. So I have a question.
Okay, good, perfect.
So what are some ways in such a competitive market that you would say people can make their offers look better besides money?
Wonderful question, yes. Genevieve. Genevieve is an agent on the Cerrone Group. Can I mention that we have another channel? I think I need to do that again. Click in the description below, follow the team channel. Please subscribe and click the bell so you can be notified when we have videos.
And I've noticed you have some amazing houses on that channel.
I sure do. A couple $1 million houses, some cool stuff to look at, and also lifestyle videos, which is so fun. So please take a look at that. Genevieve, great question. So here's some things we are doing. Now, I can't give you all the secrets because if you take this to another realtor and they use it, then they're going to beat whoever I'm working with, and that's not going to work.
We got to keep some things
secret. I am a big believer in collaborating. So number one, our biggest tool that we have in our toolbox here is Amber Coleman. Amber comes with an incredible reputation in our industry, and she gets her stuff done. I almost said a bad word. Good, right? Gets her stuff done. Gets her stuff done. So she's known for being, a bulldog, getting the loans pushed through, making sure things are happening on time, and staying with, the clients the whole way. So your biggest, amazing, most awesome negotiating
I am your biggest negotiating tool. But.
She's definitely one of them. My mouth is definitely a pretty good negotiating tool. Listen, I'll talk you to death if you don't want to know. So Amber's great. And what's cool about Amber is she's willing to, on our behalf, if need be, call or talk to the agents who we're writing the offers to confirm, yep, they're approved. Yep, they have their finances in order. Yep, they're strong buyers. They're not going to lose their job or whatever. So that you're our biggest
one of the things. One of the things right now is that, and it's a lot of the buyers, I'll tell you when you call me, is when I get you pre-qualified, send me your documents because my team's going to send it into underwriting. So that way, when the listing agent, when I'm talking to the listing agent, if I can say with confidence, I have document, there's no problems. I already have them approved through underwriting. Listing agents are like, whoa, because nobody's doing that.
Yeah, nobody's doing what she's doing. So it's a really helpful part of the process.
Yeah, and then you can close fast too, because that means faster closings, right? If you could do that. So a lot of times people are looking for to close a little bit faster.
Flexibility is a really, really big helper right now. Think about it this way. Amber, let's say you're sitting here going, ooh, I really want to make some money on the house that I live in right now. Ooh, I know I can make some good money if I sell it right now. That's what everyone who owns a home right now is saying that exact thing.
The money. Yeah.
Ooh, should we list? What are we going to do? Yeah, you should list, but where are you going to go is the question. So if you're the person who's listing the house and you don't have a house lined up yet, yet you have a buyer who wants to purchase the home. Sometimes if you're flexible with when you let them move out, like if you let them rent the house back from you for a couple weeks or a month or whatever, that gives them time to then go find their house. And it gives a little bit more flexibility to the seller, which gives them less stress, which is something that could definitely win the house over money. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes. So flexibility, making sure you have your ducks in a row with Amber's team, getting pre-approved and pre-set up to be like dialed in to close early. Obviously more money is always going to be a big kicker. But the other thing we like to do is we really like to understand, what does the seller need? It's not the most money can win. What does the seller need? Do they need more time to look for a house? Do they need us to not ask you to do a ton of repairs? Do they need us to not ask for a home warranty? What do they need? Once we know what they need or what they really truly are asking for, we're going to try to write the offer to match that up completely. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a smiley face on the other side though, because I don't know how often it's so annoying when you have like a really high maintenance person on the other side and everybody's frustrated. So
we try to be easy to work with. I almost said we try to be easy to work with. Sorry,
But that's where your team works good, is because it is a smiley face on the other side that's very accommodating, make things work, and that takes away from a lot of the stress that everybody's feeling. So that's where it's important to pick out who you're going to be out looking at. Somebody that can negotiate and is a bright smiley face, that everybody on all sides likes you, right? Isn't that
100%? I wasn't even thinking that. Thank you for saying that. We do strive. No, we don't strive. We do. We have a really nice relationship with any agent that we've ever done business with.
And I think it's because you collaborate with a lot of people too.
We're big collaborators.
You help agents all over the valley. So that definitely helps.
And I teach a lot of free marketing classes, and we're a collaborative team. One of our core values is collaboration over competition, except when we're trying to win you that house, of course. But making sure that they know that we'll be easy to work with is very, very important. And then, at the end of the day, it's just understanding what the heck's going on in the market, making sure that the agent knows that we are an advocate for them and for the seller as well as for you, and just trying to whittle it down and get the best out of it. I don't know. It's negotiation is tough in this market, but I'm glad to say
every file, right?
Yeah, and I'm so happy to say that we are doing very well with it. We've got 39 or 40 currently people in escrow that we've been able to land.
Awesome. Yeah, that is so good.
And we've got several still shopping. We've only lost a couple, and those that we've lost, unfortunately, don't have flexibility. They don't have the ability to come out of pocket a little bit, or not ask for a home warranty because they don't have the money to do repairs late. Just little things like that. It's just really, really tough. But that's kind of what we're doing. So if you're writing an offer with someone else, shame on you. First of all, you should be clicking the link and letting us help you. But that's okay, because if you're writing with someone else, we want them to win too. So take our tactics to them, see if that'll help with your process of getting approved. But just know we kind of know what we're up to out here a little bit.
We do.
Any more questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So next one, are condos selling for more than the asking price when they show a price reduction?
Yes. So a lot of times that's a tactic. Did you know that some people will list a home high and then do a little bit of a reduction just to get it to move up to the top of the list.
It's like when you're going and shopping for a blouse and they put it 50% off, but
they
really priced it up 70%.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a smart
sometimes
tactic.
That'll happen, but not all the time. It really, again, it's what does that seller need to be happy? That's it. So it could just be, that they listed it high, and then all the houses around them have sold for less than what they listed it at, and they know they're going to have a problem with an appraisal. So they're like, let's just bite the bullet. Let's pull it down to the correct price. Let's price improve it, right? Give it a little price improvement. That way we know that we're in alignment with the neighborhood, and people don't get scared or think that we're being greedy. So yeah, so it can happen. It's not, and it has been happening. Almost every home, I think all but one home that we have in escrow right now is above asking price by at least $3,000, most by 20. So that's just to give you a little bit of, I dropped that mic. Can we move on to the next question?
Yes.
It's the market right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Which parts of Vegas will give you the best bang for your buck when buying a home?
Oh my goodness.
Entertainment from Pittsburgh.
I love it. Oh, hey, Pollux. Nice to see you again. Or nice to see you, not see you. Nice for you to see us again, I guess. Is the really thing. Amber,
nice to hear your name, though.
When you're working with your clients, and most of them are our clients too, but she does actually work with other realtors, whatever. Are you seeing that they're leaning towards any specific areas of town, or are you kind of seeing them spread out? I want to answer the question, but I'm curious what you're seeing happen.
I'm saying, everybody that calls, like you're coming from out of state, everybody always hears Henderson and Summerlin. Those are the two popular areas. There's a lot of other nice areas, but those are the popular ones. And most of the time, when they're purchasing, they end up right out of Henderson or right out of Summerlin, because that's where you're going to get the best deal at. So that's usually what I'm seeing.
Good. I knew she'd have the answer, and that's the answer. So if you've been doing the research and you're seeing Henderson and Summerlin, if it's visible and it's super popular, it's not going to be a great deal. Not that I don't love Henderson and Summerlin. I live in Henderson. Trust me, I get it. But we want to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. So great question. We love North Las Vegas. There are pockets of North Las Vegas that don't have the greatest reputation, but North Las Vegas is massive.
It's big. Massive. It goes far out. And there's some really
it's bigger
nice
than
areas.
Las Vegas. I might be wrong on that, but I think
the land.
it's close. The
land is bigger. It just hasn't been built out yet.
So it hasn't been built fully out. There's a couple of really great new
What about like Lone Mountain area?
Lone Mountain's the next one on my list.
I love that area.
It's amazing. So North Las Vegas, Northwest Las Vegas. So if you're looking at the map of Las Vegas and you see that big line going down through it, I wish I had a map on screen, sorry. And up in the left-hand corner, there's a little place called Sky Canyon, right around Sky Canyon, not in Sky Canyon anymore. If you watch videos from me 2 years ago, you'll hear me saying Sky Canyon is the place to go. They've now caught up with the rest of the city a little bit. They're not overpriced, but they're definitely priced well. Priced higher. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but right outside of that area, great deals. You can get some really, really good deals still probably a little bit above asking, but up there, they're asking for less than what they're asking across the rest of the valley. Southwest has a little bit of that going on. Have you visited the Southwest that much? Like with Mountain's Edge and all that Blue Diamond?
Yeah, I've been in Mountain's Edge a few times.
Yeah.
Rhodes Ranch. Is it Rhodes Ranch out there
Southwest?
in the Southwest? Yeah, I've been out there.
Good.
It's nice out there. A lot of what I'm seeing that, like people that work for the airlines, because it's really close to get to the airport.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of flight attendants, pilots.
Not as close as Henderson, 8 minutes from my house. Thank you very much.
Is the airport only 8 minutes from your house?
8 minutes from my house. Thank you very much. Yeah. But to your point, Henderson is still a little bit higher price. So people who are budget friendly, budget conscious are trying to go over to the Southwest to make up for it.
Yeah.
So Southwest, Northwest, and North Las Vegas, and then Lone Mountain. Oh, Lone Mountain. I have a weird hair that's like definitely bothering me today. Sorry. I feel like I have Lone Mountain's amazing. It's just literally 1 block outside of Summerlin and outside of the Northwest. So it's in this little pie-shaped section of the city in the Northwest.
I love that area.
Beautiful,
I really do love that area.
Beautiful parks, amazing amenities, gorgeous views.
But you can get land out there too. It seems like
you can get a little bit of a bigger lot.
And I'll drive out. So we're in the heart of Summerlin right now. We're in downtown Summerlin. If I go out there, it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah, from here to there, 10 minutes away.
Like right where all the shopping is 10 minutes away. So that's why I love the area.
So those are some great areas. Definitely want you to keep an eye out on those. And for those, we in our team are very conscious of where you can get the most bang for your buck. Spring Valley's got a little bit of bang for your buck, but they're much older homes, and the area is not quite as desirable from what I know a lot of people coming in from out of town are looking for. So mostly on the outside edge, but keep those areas in mind. Good question.
You know what? One other area too is I've seen that the builders are actually building on the east side.
Yeah, east side's great. Well, yeah, from a bang for your buck perspective, east side's amazing. The issue with the east side that I've seen thus far is that they haven't had a ton of those new homes.
It was an older area.
Yeah.
I mean honestly, that's where I'm born and raised.
Yeah.
So, but it was an older area, and now it seems like there's. I just recently saw builders out there. I was like, wow,
it's up and coming. It's not. I would give it
more money for your.
Totally, I would give it a little. There's some things. The area is not quite my favorite for a lot of reasons. Probably because it's not close to a freeway, and I'm big about ease of access.
It's not very close to a freeway.
But there's some beautiful pockets on the east side. I just haven't been selling a ton of east side homes lately, so we'll have to keep an eye on the east side too. Good point. Good point. What else you got, Jen?
All right, Josh is back, and he wants to know if there are certain types of loans that sellers prefer.
First of all, Josh is going to be on payroll before we know it. Like, he joins us for almost every single live. So does Pollux of Entertainment, right? Is that Pollux of Entertainment? You guys are rad. We're just going to include you in the team from this point on. Next Tuesday, right at noon. Welcome to the job. We'll put you through HR soon. But let's talk about loans. Yeah. Are there? Would you read that again? I'm sorry.
Yes. Are there certain types of loans that sellers prefer?
Yes. Yes.
So usually what a seller is going to prefer right now is they're going to want to see a lot more money down. So conventional loans are more popular than FHA loans because it shows you're stronger as a borrower.
Right.
That's what they're going to be looking at. They're going to also be looking at your down payment. So I've seen a lot of times people will try to do 3%. And then if I move it to 5%, they're getting accepted a little bit more. Yeah. Is that what you're seeing too?
Seeing that definitely. Conventional loans are all cash is king. First of all, if you come with cash all day, every day, you're winning.
Yeah.
So if you're selling a house and looking to move here, sell it first and see if you can figure out how to finagle that, because cash in the pocket, gonna win all day. But beyond that, conventional loans are definitely the top priority. FHA is probably right underneath that. I mean, FHA is not looked down upon by any means. They just, because it's such a less
And I don't know why, because the underwriting guidelines in FHA are actually
strict.
easier.
Well, but it's a strict process in general, and so they know an FHA. It's strict.
But the appraisal is more strict.
Yeah, I guess.
On the appraisal.
I guess so, but I think either way, like getting a loan now is really hard to get a loan. Period. So it's a strict process. So it's not like they're going to approve somebody who can't get a loan. It's a strict process. So even if you're an FHA or a conventional, you are already pre-approved in some fashion. So you're already over a major hurdle. So it would be cash, conventional. FHA is like right there with conventional, like pretty close.
What do you think VA is?
I don't think VA is on the bottom, although it does sound like it now because it's in this lineup that I just did, which I should not have done. What was I doing? Just kidding. VA loans are not looked down upon. In fact, I think most sellers want to be able to give back to a veteran and sell to a veteran. I think it's a romantic aspect of this business that I love and I fall in love with. First-time home buyers, people who are, moving on up, and then those people who are downsizing and, adjusting their life. And then there's our beautiful vets. The only thing that I kind of ruffles the feathers of sellers, to be very honest, with the veteran, with the VA loans, is the appraisal process, and that there is a zero money down component, right? So that's a little scary that the person who's getting approved for the home may not have, they do have the money obviously, or they wouldn't be approved, but may not have the ability to kind of make things happen at the end of the day if they have to.
There's a problem with appraisal. Yeah.
So like, let's say, so appraisals have a tendency, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it's not a fact, they have a tendency to be appraised a little bit lower or a little bit more strictly than some of the other loan types. So you could have an appraisal for an FHA that comes in at 310 and that VA might come in at 300. So now you have a $10,000 difference there. Trying to figure out how to get $10,000 out of a VA buyer is almost impossible, because most VA people are doing the no down, because why wouldn't you? It's a no down, right? Or they might be reaching a little further for their budget because of that no down, right? So there's no extra money. FHA buyers are probably in a similar situation because they're doing the 3.5% down, and it's sort of that kind of a program. So those are the two that get a little wonky, but conventional is preferred at all times. Yeah. Did I totally, am I going to lose my license for any of what I just said? I have no idea.
No, you did really good.
Galmar's calling. Hi, I'm sorry, excuse me. Hi, what? I'm not allowed to be a realtor anymore? What? I just said things I'm not supposed to say online? What? Oh my God. Anyway, what's the next question?
All right. So Robert, he wants to know, how do you go about removing a deceased relative from the title?
Oh, good question. We gotta have
that is a great question, Robert. So if you're on title with a deceased relative, you'll just have to bring a copy of the death certificate to the recorder's office, and you can get the other person removed off title.
So do you do that in the process of selling the home, or do you do that prior to? I know the answer, I'm asking her. Do you do that prior to?
I would do it prior
just take it down to the recorder's office and it's done, right?
Yeah, or I mean, if you're in the process, the title company can help.
They'll handle it for you too.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're already in the process, but it's always good to get, because sometimes it takes a little bit to get that death certificate. Yeah. So it's always good to do things a little bit in advance, just so that you're not waiting on the death certificate before the house can sell.
While we're talking about listing a house for sale, I just want to make sure we do that too. We don't just work with buyers, we actually list homes for sale. And our team has access to all of the nicest, most beautiful, most luxurious, amazing standing inventory and model homes through our partnership with Toll Brothers. So if you are looking to buy a home here in Vegas, awesome. But if you're looking to sell a home, we are going to know how much is coming up on that builder side, and we're going to know what's happening on the resale side. So we'll be able to help you price your home appropriately, make sure you get the most bang for your buck, and also make sure that we market it to this beautiful audience. So if you're watching me, you're probably going to see some of our houses for sale, which means that could be yours. So please list your home with us. If you're thinking about it, click the link below. We'll talk to you about it. Okay, I'm taking my sales hat off. I'm good.
Okay, next question.
I lost my job, so I got to figure something out, right?
This person has dry skin. They want to know if many homes in Vegas have humidifiers to solve that problem, and then if there's issues with having a humidifier.
No issues with having a humidifier. Do you use one?
I don't use a humidifier. That's a good idea, though,
because
I do have pretty dry skin.
Yeah.
But I'm a desert rat, so I'm used to the dry skin. I found a really good lotion if you want to have.
We all know how to use a lot of lotion here in Las Vegas.
We do use a lot of lotion.
Not a lot of homes come with humidifiers.
Humidifiers, do those come in the houses? I don't know if I've seen that.
Many people who live here who have allergies or who are allergic to dust or whatever, or form new allergies when they move here, because that happens sometimes, they are utilizing some of those larger ones that you can, like industrial size ones that you can buy, like Home Depot. I actually am about to go get one myself.
Oh, you are going to go get one?
Just to help with my allergies, because it helps you, cleanse out all the stuff and yuck. So no homes don't issue. And I would love to learn more about the right one I'm supposed to buy, because I'm about to go get one myself. So that's so weird. What a great question.
Perfect. Okay, so this next question is from Jennifer. She actually did a call with Whip yesterday.
Hey, Jen. Jen or Jennifer? Probably Jennifer. But hey, Jen. How you doing? We're friends,
so she wants to know if it's possible to have a lot that's half an acre here in Vegas.
Yeah, actually there is. Yeah, I just finished a phone call right before we got onto this video with a family who is looking to buy a house that's 20,000 square feet lot, which is just about a half an acre. So yeah, there are definitely lots of houses like that. Where my girlfriend over here said Lone Mountain, Centennial Hills, Northwest, North Las Vegas.
Spring Valley too,
Spring Valley down the middle of town. Definitely available in Summerlin and Henderson. You're just going to pay a lot more. But Old Henderson, over kind of on the way to Lake Mead and on the way to like Boulder City, they also have some really nice lots.
I haven't gone by there before. Recently, we should do a field trip. Especially then, head to Lake Mead afterwards. Lake Mead is a beautiful place. Yeah. We love the water.
It's time to get back on that water. I'm ready for winter to be over.
It's time.
Good question, though. Really, really good question.
All right, next one is from Martha. She wants to know what you ladies think about manufactured homes.
I don't have a bad opinion. Just making sure. Okay, we're good. What do you think about manufactured homes? Do they do a lot of loans on those?
They do. A lot of times with manufactured homes, you're going to do like an FHA loan because that's what most people will do on them. VA does allow them to. Conventional does too, but the down payment's a little bit more on them. So yeah, you can do. I just don't do a lot of them.
I don't either.
There's more stick-built houses in Vegas than there are manufactured. So manufactured, sometimes it's their age, so you have to make sure that it's beyond a certain age of the house in order to do a loan on it.
I think, and I'm really making this number up, but just if I scan the city in my brain and I try to think of how many manufactured home communities there are, I'm going to say there's probably less than 70. I would say less than 50 possibly. I don't know the number. There's just not a whole lot of those here in Vegas. So definitely an option. We love them. They're great if it's what you need for your life, of course. Definitely a better price point for sure. And I don't think the fees are outrageous here in Vegas either. They're not always located in the most popular areas of town, but but the ones I've seen are located outside edges, like we've talked about, encouraging people to buy.
And one thing I was thinking about too, I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm like, if prices continue to go up, builders might start
doing those,
like manufactured homes, or the
different
types of homes that are more affordable to keep the prices down. So
that would be interesting to see if that happens. Yeah. You see them a lot more in Pahrump. Indian Springs, and
like the rural areas that are outside of town a little bit.
And Mesquite a little bit, but not really. No. Good question though. I hope if you're thinking about buying one, let us know and give us a chance to grease the wheels on that because we haven't sold one of those in a minute. What else you got, Jen?
All right, next question is from Dennis. He wants to know if it is easy to add someone to a title.
Hey, Dennis, thank you. That's a great question.
That is a great question. And yes, it's very easy. Well, I should say it's easy if it's a family member, like a direct family member, because then there's only a recording fee. If you go past a direct family member, then you have to pay transfer taxes on it. So
done. She's such a wealth of knowledge, and I have a tendency to just talk too much, so I got to be quiet every now and then. Let this one come out. Sorry. What else, Jen? Good question.
All right. Should you pay more than Zillow estimated price? Let's talk about Zillow.
We're going to talk about Zillow for a long time. Go, girl.
I'm going to need a cocktail for this conversation. This is a stiff cocktail right here. I'm going to need a little more than that. I'm not going to lie. Zillow is, here's what you should think of Zillow. Zillow is simply an advertising forum for you to see what might be possible and where you might be looking. It's like Credit Karma. No, Credit Karma I think provides a little bit more reality and information. I'm totally not dogging Zillow. Listen, I think it's done a lot. It's shaken up this industry. It's really helped us stay on our toes, and it's given you access to information you would have had to go through an agent to receive, which I can appreciate because ain't nobody got time for that, right? But what we do have time for is to give you the appropriate assessment of what a house is actually worth, and Zillow is absolutely nowhere near what the houses are really worth, at least not in my experience. So if you're seeing a Zestimate, do not believe it. Just ask the agent that you're working with if they can run comps and see if they're overpriced or if the house is whatever. Especially now that the market is on a stiff upswing, you're not going to see those estimates catch up for a couple of months because they're waiting until the end of the month to reassess what the closings came in at. So Zillow is always behind. So Zillow has houses listed that I sold. If they're listed as active houses that I sold like 3 years ago. Okay, so like it's really not a great database when it comes to that. I know they're cleaning it up a little bit, but there's some definite holes that I have poked in that machine. So those estimates are unfortunately not very trustworthy. Every now and then they get a little bit close, but do not, because really at the end of the day, you're looking at the house, the appraiser's looking at the house, they're looking at the upgrades, they're looking at the land, they're looking at the number of garages, they're looking at the number of bedrooms, they're looking at the actual facts. All Zillow is doing is taking an aggregate of data from that zip code or that area, and they're kind of summarizing it for you. So just call us. We'll tell you what it's worth. So it's more like it's online valuation, and you're going to have an actual person to give you the value. It's like trying to apply for a loan and saying, oh, I got approved for a loan. And it's like, well, did they ask you if you wanted this loan program, this loan program? Did they tell you about this grant? It's like you don't get access to the really good stuff until you see social human. Yeah. So hope that answered your question. Yeah, great question. And now I'm gonna go have a cocktail because Zillow makes me nervous. No.
While we're talking about Zillow, can we also talk about services like Open Door that want to buy your house and list it for you?
Oh, please, 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 not in this market. Please, please, for the love of God, please.
You can make so much more not using
Please don't work with Open Door or Purple Bricks or any of the other door knocking.
Is there really a Purple Brick?
I think it's called Purple Bricks. Yeah, a couple of them. Listen, those are great if you need them. Those are great when you're in a pinch. Let's say you get, let's God forbid say someone passes away or there's something tragic or something that happens that requires you to get up and skedaddle. In a normal market, you would take a far greater less number than what your house is actually worth. But it allows you to get right out of there, right? Get you out the door, you sell it, you're out, no problem, I got my money. In this market, you don't want to do that, because what they're going to do is they're always going to offer less than what you're worth, much less, because what they're going to do is relist it and then put it where it's supposed to be, if not more. They know what's going on with this market. They know there's people standing in line for homes. You should know that as well. So you're welcome to get an estimate or a Zestimate or an Open Door, whatever they call that, a red door tag, whatever they're calling it, but get pricing from them, but compare it to a local realtor. Our team is happy to run numbers. We don't pressure you to buy or sell. We don't do that, but we want to make sure you have the good information. Just don't do it in this market. That's all I'm saying. Unless you have to go, you're definitely leaving a lot of money on the table. But even
if you have to go, you can probably still
sell it with us, and we'll get you a cash. Like I have a listing that I'm taking next. We're going to put it on the market on Monday. I know it'll be gone before Wednesday or Thursday. It's just going to be gone with multiple offers to review, multiple offers to consider. So don't do it. Don't do it. Is that okay? Is that okay? Did I go too far down the rabbit hole? Am I going to be in trouble? Hold on. This is GLBR.
Check
hi GLBR. Oh, I'm still fired. I'm not allowed to be a realtor anymore. Okay, I guess I'll go figure out another career. Anybody have another career idea for me in Las Vegas? Comment below. Let me know.
All right, from Digital Evidence Expert.
Ooh.
They say they're going to move from California to Nevada this year. They own a company that's incorporated. Are there experts at helping them navigate the tax issues with leaving California?
Yes. So we have a lot of CPAs and people and tax experts that we can always recommend to you. I am unfortunately not a tax expert, and thank God, because I don't do those numbers.
Yeah, I'm not a tax expert either, but I do have a lot of people that I know that are.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are moving in from California, so they're already dealing with this a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can always refer somebody out to you.
Yes. If you need us to send you a referral, click the link and just say in the comment box, please send me a referral for someone who can help me with taxes, and we'll get a couple of people together for you and send you an email. Thanks for asking. That's a good one. And I've really been worried about that as well, because a lot of people are making the assumption that if they work for a company in California or New York or wherever, and then they move, that now they're going to pay the taxes, the income taxes for Nevada, which is amazing, but their employer has to make that decision, not them. So I believe it's up to the employer to decide how they pay out the taxes and what the structure looks like. So you might still be paying the income tax for where you don't even live anymore.
Well, so I think they're trying to pass those laws, so
to cover.
I'm wondering if you move before they're passed, if you're good.
Yeah,
or,
I don't know. I don't know, and I wish I knew more.
That's a good thing to check into.
Yes, definitely.
On that.
We should look into that before our next live. We'll see if we can add some more information. We always remember that. I'm not good.
Taking notes.
Okay. All right.
Another great question.
How many do we have left? Sorry.
2 more.
All right. 2 more. We're going to do these last 2 and then we'll get going. I have a meeting to run too. Otherwise we could stay on all dang day.
Because we love talking with you.
What do you got, Jen?
Okay. So another question from Josh. He says, if you have one appraiser give a low appraisal, can you have a second one done?
Oh, such a good question.
Josh
is on payroll. Josh, do you want to sell houses with me? I'm not kidding. I've met you. Do you want to sell houses? Let's talk.
He does have some good
What would you say to that?
More than likely, when you have to order it for a loan, because there's so many different laws. With the past market years ago, when there was a mortgage meltdown, there's laws that restrict what you could do with appraisals. So most of the time, no, you can't order a second appraisal. Most of the time, you just want to try to fight the appraised value by giving comps and additional information to the current appraisal.
We help with that.
Yeah. So anytime there's an appraisal coming short, I'll always reach out and say, hey, do you guys have any comps? or information, and then we'll take that information, compile it, and then give it to the appraiser.
And we can win.
Bring it up.
We've
We have won, yeah.
They've definitely adjusted it before, and then they've definitely not adjusted it before as well. And that's where that loan type and the appraisal that comes into play, and it's such an important component. So really good question. I'm not kidding, Josh. Like,
yeah, Josh.
Amazing. Either you're really getting close to buying or listing, right? That was a listing question. Or you just really love us and you want to help us do better on these. So thank you for either way.
Yes, we appreciate your awesome
Last question, Jen.
Question of the day from Kelly.
Kelly
From Alabama. Is there an alternative to Zillow for looking around? What should they be using?
Yeah, so we would
Zillow,
love.
your favorite question.
God, I love it. No, we would, Kelly. First of all, thank you for asking. We would love for you to work with us to utilize the MLS system to kind of poke around. We try not to add you on a list where you're getting email alerts unless we know you're really ready to buy, just because it's a lot of junk email and you don't need that. But we do have an app. We have apps that you can just download, and they are connected directly to our MLS system. So I don't know if I can put a link to it in there because I don't know how that works, but very easy way to do it. I know this sounds silly. I'm on Instagram. If you want to go to Las Vegas Gal on Instagram, you can click on the link in my bio, and inside that link, there's an opportunity to download our MLS app. So I would recommend working with something that's directly ported into MLS, and not that Zillow isn't, but Zillow is scraping for information to update their site on a periodic basis versus the MLS immediately updates as soon as things are updated. So MLS is always the way to go, in my opinion. If you need to be set up on any kind of a list search or anything like that, certainly fill out the link and we can set you up. So we have lots of good tools for you. We love giving good information. Amber Coleman is amazing. If you want to pre-qualify for a loan, we certainly would love for you to do that as well. But the most important thing we need you to do is what?
Click the link below.
We want to make sure that we get your information.
We love saying that too.
We do. It's our favorite. Thank you for joining us. And if you joined us during the one that we started earlier, thank you for coming back. We really appreciate you joining us each Tuesday.
We do. We love talking to you every Tuesday.
In the next couple of weeks, possibly not next week, we're going to be adding Amber's channel to the live Tuesday updates.
Yay!
So what does that mean? That means we're going to have 2 cameras. I know you're stoked about that.
Oh, yeah, because you can tell I love the cameras, right?
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 cameras. We're going to go live on Amber's channel as well as mine, really just trying to drum up drum up followers for her channel. We want to see this lady win.
Thank you.
Thank you. More YouTube content coming your way, more Instagram content coming your way from both of us. So please stay tuned. And at the end of the day, all you got to do is remember,
click the link below.
See you next week. Thanks again. Bye.